to the first episode of Inhale Insights with Colorado Black Health Collaborative. In today's episode, we'll be discussing why youth should stay away from smoking, tobacco, and vaping. The Colorado Black Health Collaborative has come to this podcast space to truly educate our Black youth and young adults about how these companies are systematically targeting us with tobacco products. My name is Unique, and my 3 fun facts are, well, my name, of course, I'm Unique, so I think that's a good fact of mine. I always get, oh, you must be very unique, and I think I am. So, I was born in Detroit, Michigan, but I've been in Colorado basically my whole life. Lastly, I'm a college student, my first year in college, so I'm all with the young adults. I just came from being a youth. So. And this is Shelia Hughes.
Hi, I'm Shelia Hughes, and my 3 fun facts are: I joined the military at 31. 2 years ago on my birthday, I opened up my own private practice for mental health counseling. And lastly, I have a 1-year-old son.
Here we have 3 examples of highly marketed tobacco products. We have cigarillos, cigarettes, and vape pens.
It smells like cotton candy. Oh, that is what it is, cotton candy. But it does smell like cotton candy and blue raspberry. It's long, but it's short. It looks like lip gloss. Like, I could easily put this in my pocket right now. And you would think that it's not even a vape pen. A lot of my friends have these. This one is a new one. Yeah, it looks like Starburst, and it smells like Starburst. It really does smell like Starburst. But I've had friends be like, "Oh, it's just vaping. It doesn't get you high. It's not bad for you." And I'm like, I don't know about that. It seems like it's bad for you. Like, even though you say it's not good, well, then what is it?
So it's banana. It smells sweet. It smells real sweet, actually. I can definitely see how it's different from cigarettes because it has like a fruity smell. It looks different also.
I feel like it looks kind of natural, like
it does.
Bark or something wrapped on it.
Yeah, I can see that too. It's not like cigarettes that are white and brown. It does make it seem like it's more natural. I know that this is something that they are starting to market with celebrities using different type of merch on TV. They're using it. It's becoming more popular.
It is a pretty popular brand. Growing up, that's like the brand that I will always hear and see on clothes.
So the mini cigarillos are Black and Milds is what I think they're called, or I hear them being called. It smells, you can smell the tobacco a little bit, but it's sweet. So it has like a really sweet smell, often peach or something fruity. My family, all the men in my family smoke these. My brother, my cousins, my nephews. I think that this is a very popular brand to use with marijuana. So it's very common in the Black community amongst Black males.
Personally, I think that these products tend to be more appealing to us Black young adults and youth because they're candy-based. Like, they smell fruity, they are fruity. When they're marketed with popping colors, so like they attract like us kids. The smell of fruit and the taste of fruit attracts these users. And I also think the colors have something to do with it because they're popping. Like, they're vibrant, they're yellows, they're purples, like a lot of colors that attract us youth. Like, I look at a flyer that has pink or purple, I'm like, yeah, I'm with that one. But then if it's blue or yellow, or blue and green or red, like dark colors, I'm not going to want it. According to the Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention, the CDC, stores located near schools with more Black students have been more likely to promote menthol cigarettes through advertising and discount.
So as an adolescent or as a young person, just in general, the last thing you want is to be the person that is left out. As an adult, that's not a big deal for me now, but I understand watching my daughter, and I work with about 70% adolescents, and that's like life or death. To not be accepted with the in crowd or amongst your peers, it feels like the end of the world. So smoking or doing something that they know is not healthy, that's the least of their concern. They're more concerned with being liked. They're more concerned with looking cool. And smoking has always had that appeal from the marketing or the tobacco companies. If you do this, you're cool. You're going to be with the cool people. This is what everyone does that's cool. It looks mature. So I can definitely see that appeal, especially with the cigarillos and the vapes. They have flavors. So it's almost like taking candy. It's similar. It doesn't taste as bad as, the baby boomer generation cigarettes. Now it has a sweet taste. It smells good. You don't walk around smelling bad like cigarettes smell. So I can understand the appeal from that aspect, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Hearing our stories, it's clear. Like, this is definitely a shared experience. It's definitely not coincidental. It's a serious strategic trap that these companies set on us Black youth and young adults. And it causes us to have life-altering risk and illnesses such as, like they said, lung cancer and throat cancer and stuff like that.
To be honest, I feel like cigarettes were just a part of my childhood. Everyone in my household that was an adult, or in my family that was an adult, smoked cigarettes. That was common, and we didn't think much about it. As a mental health specialist and also as a mom, I know that middle school, adolescence, middle school, high school is a huge time where kids do what their peers are doing. They want to fit in. And so marketing to this age group is giving them another opportunity to look cool or to fit in with the cool kids. Also, another part is stress. I know my daughter just started middle school, and the transition has been very difficult with puberty and hormones and just meeting new kids. And unfortunately, smoking is an unhealthy coping skill. And a lot of kids are dealing with anxiety and changes, and it's a go-to.
As featured on ColoradoBlackHealth.org, here are some few research facts to give viewers an in-depth perspective. Check out this graphic. Every year, 45,000 Black African Americans die prematurely and unnecessarily from tobacco-caused diseases. There are more than 2 million U.S. middle school and high school e-cigarette users. Nearly a third of high school e-cigarette users report that they get their e-cigarettes from retail outlets and vape shops. For those watching, go to the description area in our podcast. We have shared the link to this flyer in the caption if you would like to read more of data and statistics on the impact of tobacco products in the Black community. It's a beneficial tool that you can share with others. Smoking tobacco products is one of the leading preventable causes of death worldwide.
As far as connecting racial trauma to the Black culture and how it's been used in that sense, I would say it's very oppressive. I think the history of African Americans is oppression, and with the culture being targeted, it's another way to oppress us. If our grandparents, our mothers, our fathers, our aunts and uncles are dying at alarming rates prematurely, who are leaders? Who's going to raise the community? Who's the backbone? And that's happened a lot. I've had personally family members. The majority of my aunts and uncles have suffered from COPD. I can't think of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, I believe. I know back in the day it was emphysema. So a lot of my family members suffer from that. I have family members on oxygen. So it's almost like instead of living out the end of their life, retirement, and enjoying it and watching their grandkids grow up, they're dying, and their children are having to take care of them. So it's very oppressive. They don't get to live their life fully. And I think that's another way to oppress a culture, is take away their health. The most important thing. So a definition of racial trauma or race-based traumatic stress refers to the mental and emotional injury caused by encounters with racial bias and ethnic discrimination, racism, also hate crimes. In totality, when we talk about a generation of African Americans, our youth being targeted and dealing with this racial marketing and this type of oppression, it ties right into racial trauma.
What steps can be taken to address the impact of tobacco marketing?
So I think in our community, sometimes we don't feel empowered, right? There are communities. In order for people to market in our communities, they ultimately have to have our say-so. So I think one thing is finding out ways to stop those type of marketing tactics in our communities. I don't know, maybe we have to find out who our political leaders are and reach out to them, but we do have say in what goes into our environment and how our kids are influenced. So that would be my first thing, is just finding ways to stop that marketing in our communities.
Oftentimes we don't really vote or go into political things, and many companies get paid from advertising. So these big tobacco companies have the money to give to the stores or companies, advertise our stuff for us, we're giving you the money, and the stores don't realize how much damage that is doing in our community, but we're just making some money. We just need it to survive as well. But it's just that impact of knowing who our political representatives are, what laws are going in place, what bills are trying to get passed, so that we can go and speak to our representatives and say, push for this, push for that, help our communities. But it's just us being in our state of mind that, oh, we don't do politics, and that's not what we should worry about, because we have our own stuff to worry about. But it's the bigger solution to the problem.
It is the bigger solution, because you don't know how it is influencing our kids, right? And I think you're right. We're not always focused on the political aspect, or we don't know what we can do. And this is actually a great part of our history, right? What did we do back then? We used to boycott. We used to rally. We used to educate ourselves. So even from that aspect, we can still come together as a community and say, we don't want these things, and we're going to come together and find out, if you don't know politics, but I do, let's come together, and maybe we can build something that way that stops that marketing in our community. Stay informed and empowered. And until next time, in Health Insights with Colorado Black Health Collaborative.